Morning guys. Now, really exciting day today because I'm going to go have a lesson with my coach, which I haven't really had a lesson since I actually started this channel. So it'd be great to see him, get some feedback on what I'm working on at the moment, make sure that I'm still going in the right direction. Now, Matt's been my coach since I was about 18. For you guys that don't know, that's roughly around the time that I started playing golf. I got my first handicap of a handicap at 20 when I was about 19, something like that. And he got me all the way down to 3. So I could then start my PGA and start doing my coaching. So he's been a bit of a role model for me. He's been there, done that. He's won a Euro Pro event. He's played Challenge Tour. He's played Asian Tour. And he can still pretty much whip my ass even though he doesn't practice anymore as well. Yeah, really excited to go and see him. He can give me some great feedback on the swing. It's not that cold today. It's actually quite mild. Probably try and play 9 holes, something like that. Around Goring, which is where he works, which would be nice, and I might put that in the video, I might not, depends really, it might be a bit long otherwise, but yeah, at least I'll get some idea of where I'm going with my swing, see if there's any bits that he does like, any bits that he doesn't like. So yeah, go head over there now.
Wait, don't hit it. Of course, all yours off mats, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm so used to trying to drive it into the mat, I think.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, my swing thoughts on the downswing is trying to feel like I'm just leading with the grip coming down. And at the moment, it just seems like a mat to do it. Like that.
Okay, so it thinks you're aiming at that flag up on the ridge there?
Yeah.
Where you should be aiming. Alright, fine.
Ready?
Yeah.
Any of your lessons do any well at tour school?
I just cut my toe, Curtis did.
This is the thing I don't get, is Eddie Petrol struggles all year, and then as soon as it's tour school, he manages to get his card back again. Like so many, like Eduardo Molinari, they all do it. How do they do it? How do they, especially, that's the penultimate event, let's be honest, of the year, so they can keep their card again. How do they keep it under pressure when, really, should be loads of other tournaments they should have been better at?
Well, yeah, Eddie shouldn't have lost the car.
No.
I mean, he made 6 up the last at the Grove when it's the easiest par 5 in the world. He shot 64 in the first round at Portugal and missed the car. Yeah. You know, like you say, they just shouldn't have. He shouldn't have even have been there. That shouldn't have even been an issue for Eddie.
Yeah.
But you know, it was and it is. So more kudos to him. But do you read his blogs?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't hit driver the last 2 rounds. Three was everywhere, which round there, because he played the tough course rounds 5 and 6.
Yeah.
You know, to not hit driver around there is quite an art.
Yeah.
I mean, other than one of the par 5s, he's taken all the par 5s out of range in 2.
Yeah.
That's what he's hit it, mate.
Not right. Because I've been trying to hit a fade for, I don't know, a month and a half now, I'd say. And as soon as I can do it on the range.
Okay, Simon, start with his images on the left here from down the line. And really, you know, as TrackMan showed your path, your numbers are very, very good. The one thing you're struggling with is getting this club face back to square at impact. So when you have a look here, yeah, we can see your left arm, your right arm underneath, which means your forearms are now aiming miles off to the right. And for me, this right elbow is trapped behind this right hip, which really is the reason why you're struggling to square the club face up. So, like I said, you've got the thing coming down on a good path, you know, swing after swing after swing, but it's getting that back to neutral at impact, which is causing the problem. Now, for me, 2 things. Watch the images over here on the right now. Your hips are so resisted in the backswing. which is incredible, and it's incredibly powerful as well, which is why you create as much club head speed as you do. But the problem is your right elbow is now so far behind this right hip that you struggle to get back into an impact position where the chest and the forearms are more in a line, and thus we get the club face more squared up. So, number one, what I want you to try and feel like is that the hands and arms really get going to this point here. And then what's going to happen is your hips winding and your chest and your shoulders winding and to carry everything to the top. So this has turned more. And this is kind of our big picture. We're trying to shorten the arm swing but get this to wind up more. So you've got a better chance of getting that right elbow in front of your right hip on the way down. And then what we see is a much cleaner impact position where we've got a bit more shaft lean. We're going to take a bit more ball bend divot rather than this one on the left, which is, again, where the hips have outraced the upper body, outraced that right arm. The hands are very back, it's very picky, it's very clean, and that's why you're getting a lot of thin strikes. So that's more desirable, that's more the position we're looking for over there on the right-hand side. When you look at it from kind of down the line, again, I'm just going to show you one where you wind up better. So again, watch this one on the left. Very resisted, very supple in your lower back to be able to do that. Watch this one on the right. Again, get the hands and arms going, then wind the body to the top. So now we can see more of this left leg. This has wound up better. And because initially we've added a move in where we're getting the hips to turn, the hand and arm swing will travel on a bit further than we want. So, over time, this is not perfect, but it's much better. We'll see you in a better position here where this is wound, this will be shorter, and it'll give you a much better chance of getting that right elbow much more in front of that right hip at impact. We did some work with a floaty out here, really trying to start it left and just cut it back. But one of the real key things, I think, for you, is just hitting a few shots. I think like this. I think this is the one, so just bear with me a sec. Where we put you in a dress, we put you in an impact kind of feel, and then really just from some short swings, try and return back into that position. So what we can start to see is your chest working a bit more over your lower body. And now when we get you to the impact position here, we've got more of this one arm look, and there's actually a gap between the right elbow and the right hip. Watch this one again over here on the left. Hips outrace the upper body. Nothing can square up. Forearms point this way, club face points this way, and that's what's creating for me all of the problems. I know you feel you've been attacking it too much from the inside, but TrackMan and the numbers and that don't really suggest that today, and the golf swing certainly doesn't look like that. But again, when you watch this with driver, watch what happens here at impact. Again, look how trapped that right elbow is behind that right hip. Look at where the forearms are. Left arm's high, right arm's low. There's a gap in between that there, pointing over here somewhere. And like I said, you're really going to struggle to square that up. From a setup perspective, just be careful of this posture. Can get a little bit too much this way in your lower back, a bit too much knee bend there. Just soften everything a little bit, legs a little bit straighter, standing a little bit taller, and don't get that arch that way in the lower back. Just try and soften and flatten that off a little bit. But the whole winter program is wind the hips more, keep the arm swing shorter, so we start to create more of this look at impact, which is really going to get everything squared up much better. Just one sec, because there is a better image than that. I'm just going to find. I think it might be this one here. So again, at impact, more of that one arm look, chest covering it a bit more, and it's not pointing miles off to the right hand side, which is obviously more what we want to see there on the right. So great work, great changes, and we'll catch up soon.
So guys, there you have it. Big thank you to Matt, obviously, for the lesson, and also giving me something to work on through the winter, and taking a bit of time out, obviously, to do the breakdown and analysation, because he can explain it a lot better than I can. And it's going to be great for me to go back, watch this video in a week, 2 weeks, and keep remembering, making sure that I'm not slipping, and making sure that I'm still doing all the right stuff. So big thank you to him, that was great. Back on the range now, still doing the 30-day challenge. So if you haven't seen that video, go and click on the link that I'll leave at the end of this video. Basically hitting 200 balls, 100 putts, 30 days straight, and hopefully it's going to give me a a really decent sound swing towards the end of it. So it's a lot of work. I've obviously got a lot of things to now think about and work on. So in terms of progress, in terms of the journey, it is starting to look good. I'm feeling good about my swing, feeling motivated, really high at the moment. Motivation is through the roof. So just got to keep working on the drills that Matt's given me, and hopefully we will see some really good progress towards the start of the summer. Guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and as always, please subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.